Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am feeling so summery today. The sun is out and I'm in like a little fancy dress that I got from Primark. I'll leave my latest Primark haul down below. And I've put on some red lipstick, and instead of going outside and going to the beach, I've decided to film this video because I've been so excited to film this for such a long time. Basically, I went to Boots a few weeks ago now actually, and I saw the NYX store. I've been dying to try out more NYX products. In my USA Beauty haul, I picked up a few of like the liquid lipsticks and I was obsessed with them, so I thought I'm gonna need to do me a big old NYX order. But when I went to the Boots in White City, Westfields, I saw a stand just right there in front of me, so I went crazy. So I spent £80 in Boots, and this tiny little bag filled with like 11 things, it seems so pathetic, and it hurts my soul knowing that I spent £80 in Boots, because normally I go into Boots and I'll pick up like a concealer for £4, or I'll pick up a deodorant. I never go on like a full Boots rampage, but it did feel good, and now it means that I can try all the bits from NYX, so let's get into it. So the things that I was most excited about picking up were the NYX Liquid Suede. I picked one up in, I always forget the name of it, but it's like a greyish bluish colour. Again, I'll leave a link to that down below. But I love the formulation, and I've been wanting to try out the colour Sandstorm for such a long time, but it's been sold out online and I just haven't been able to get my hands on it. And the girl actually restocked this when I was looking for it, and she was just like my saviour that day. And then I also picked up the shade, I think this is called, give me a second, Soft Spoken. And I believe this is meant to be like a dupe for the, is it the Kat Von D Lolita? It might be, or Bow and Arrow, I don't know, but it's going to be a dupe for one of those. And they look pretty similar. As you can see, I was on the nude hype. But yeah, I'm really excited to try these. I'll do like a cutaway and everything. So I'll do a cutaway of the Sandstorm first, and then we'll go and do a cutaway of the Soft Spoken. But I know I really like the formulation. If for any reason the formulations are different compared to the other one I tried, I'll let you guys know. But these are so good, and I'm really excited about the Sandstorm colour in particular because it just seems like a really nice nude. So I picked those up and I think they were $6.99, maybe, around about £6-ish. So like I said, I was trying to hunt down the NYX lip lingeries, and I picked up two of the colours. I already have the colour, I think it's Corset, and this is a really great nude colour. Again, featured it in my US Beauty haul. So I picked up two other colours, again, really nudie, probably like the most like boring colours, but probably some of my favourites. And I got the shade, this one is Teddy, and then I also got Honeymoon. So again, I'll do cutaways, but I think these are really nice because they're in no way sheer, but they are more like, I'll just show you Corset while I'm talking about it. But they're not sheer at all, like you can see, but they just kind of feel a bit more like balmy. So they are really good liquid lipstick if you don't like the sort of drying aspect of things. But yeah, this is Corset, this is the one that I've had before, and they just feel so nice on your lips. Really kind of like moussey as opposed to dry and cracky and stuff like that. So whilst we're on the topic of lips, I also picked up this lip liner. This one is in the shade 01 Natural, and again, fully nude. It's kind of like a more cool tone nude, which I really like. It's really creamy actually. I don't know if that's, oh, that's a bit weird. It seems almost like too creamy because the nib's now like gone, so that might be a bit of an issue because I imagine that I'll use that up quite quickly. But the colour seems really nice, and I think this was around like £3 or £4. I don't think it was very expensive at all, but yeah, the colour seems really nice, like the exact sort of lip colour that I'd wear on like an everyday that I'd maybe overline my lips with. But very creamy. I don't know if it's just because, I don't know, maybe this has been sitting in the sun for a while or something, but yeah, maybe take that on board. So another seriously hyped up product, I feel like I've heard Nikki Tutorials talk about this. It's the Jumbo Eye Pencil in the colour Milk. I know that you can use this as like an eyeshadow primer, and it's apparently really good for like making the colours pop. I've also heard it's good for just brightening your inner eyes or just giving yourself like a highlighted inner corner, which I think I'll probably use this for. Like I find that I'll put highlighter sort of on the inner corners of my eyes and it doesn't always stay like the whole day, so I'm going to start using like a primer around here, and I feel like this will just brighten up a little bit. So yeah, let's see how pigmented this bad boy is. Goddamn pigmented. I also picked up a concealer. This one is just called the Full Coverage Concealer Above and Beyond, and I got it in the shade Beige. They didn't have any testers when I went there. Oh, it's got like a weird seal. I was going to dunk my finger in that then. Yeah, they didn't have any testers when I went in there, so hopefully this will work. Let's see how it is. I've had to pick it up with my stupid nails. That seems like a pretty good colour match. It doesn't feel overly thick actually. It kind of feels like, it feels like a thick concealer, but not like it'll be overly cakey. And it's blended in quite nicely as well. So yeah, that looks like it'll be a really nice colour, and I feel like it's quite nice and yellow toned as well, so get rid of all those dark circles that I definitely have. We all know I love a good bit of contour, and I was actually going to pick up the like actual contour kit that they have, but to be honest, I didn't want to go and spend like £20 on a contour kit when I didn't really need one. So I decided to pick up the NYX Conceal Correct Contour Palette. I think this was about £8, maybe £6, maybe. I've just got makeup on my dress, oh my god. But anyway, it looks like this, and I feel like this shade here would be really good for contouring, as well as this one. And you've kind of just got loads of different bits and pieces. I don't tend to have many colour correcting palettes. I've got one from Makeup Revolution that I don't really use all that much. So these kind of look like colours that I would be more inclined to use because they are a bit more subtle, whereas the Makeup Revolution one has kind of like the greens and the over the top purples, and to be honest, my skin doesn't need that much colour correcting, so this will probably just be really good for kind of subtle colour correcting. But I've heard loads of good things about this, and yeah, I thought it was just nice and like travel size and handy, and let's face it, I just wanted to spend money that day. So whilst we're on the topic of me not needing colour correcting, I went and picked up the Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer in the shade, which is like a purpley colour, anti-dull skin, because I don't need colour correcting as such, but I do have dull skin, because when I'm like not covered in makeup or something, I look like I have died. This is what the primer looks like, and as you can see, it just blends in like nothing. Doesn't this part of my wrist just look so anti-dull now? It just looks so like vibrant and not at all different to that part of my wrist. But hopefully it will work better on my actual face. To be honest, it has actually gotten rid of a bit of the shine. I feel like my pores have been smoothed over a bit. I was going to get the pore filler primer because again I've heard loads about that, but I don't really sit well with those primers. I find that they fill my pores, but then when I put foundation on or anything over the top, no matter how long I leave it, no matter what foundation I use or what method, it just balls up all over my face. So I went for this one because I just thought it was something different and I didn't have a purple primer. So I also picked up this Wonder Pencil in the shade Light. It's just like a standard nude coloured eyeliner. If I just swatch this again, so you can see just a really nice sort of like pale nude. I thought this was just like a, you know, like tight liner, waterline sort of colour to make you look less tired, but apparently you can use this as like a reverse lip liner, so I'm guessing you like do it around your lips afterwards to kind of tidy everything up. You can also use it on spots, which I thought was a really good idea because, you know, if you have like a little tiny spot, sometimes you don't want to cover the whole thing in makeup, sometimes you just want to put it right on the end, right on the really gross bit, just so it kind of doesn't really look like much. But yeah, I thought this was really interesting, and it seems again really creamy like the lip liner. When I rub it, it does seem to budge, so we'll have to see how long that lasts. But you know, I just think something like this is really useful, whether you use it in your eyes, on your spots, or around your lips, or whatever. Nude liner, can't go wrong. And then last but not least, I picked up the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I've heard loads about this. I've heard it's meant to be a dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and these are around £7, so if they are a dupe, then that's really good. It's got like a spoolie on the end, same with the Anastasia. So that's what the colour looks like. Like I said, this is in the shade Taupe, and to be honest, it does look like a pretty good match to my natural hair colour, so that might actually be a lot better than expected. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted about whether or not this is a dupe for the Brow Wiz, because I think this was around £7, so a lot cheaper. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and let me know if you have any NYX products that you think I desperately need to try out, because I love NYX from everything that I've tried out from the brand. It all seems really, really good, and it's all really, really affordable as well. So let me know if you guys have any kind of recommendations, and I'll be sure to pick them up and give them a go. Please do subscribe if you do want to see more of me. I post videos every Thursday and Sunday, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, I hope you guys have a really good day. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!